They say monsters aren't real, that the worst things you'll ever face are inside your own head. Whoever said that never watched their mother get torn apart by something that didn't cast a shadow? My name's Eve Raynor. I used to be a daughter, a sister, a halfway decent human. Now I'm a hunter of things no one wants to believe in. This is the story of how I dragged my brother Toby back into the life we swore we'd leave behind, because some things just don't stay buried. I sent the text at 2:17 a.m. It's back. Come home. No punctuation. Just enough to shake the dust off the past. I didn't know if Toby would answer. It'd been 5 years since we'd last spoken. Not because we hated each other. We just broke in different ways. When the Bayville job went sideways, Toby walked. Said he was done. Done with ghosts, with demons, with me. I understood. Hell, I almost followed him. But someone had to stay and keep the fires lit. Now the fire was back, and it was hungry. Ash Hollow, Oregon. Our hometown. Not on any real map anymore. Just trees, fog, and pain soaked into the dirt. 3 people had died in the last month, and not one of them made the papers. Their bodies were found in the orchard. Skin blackened, eyes boiled out. No blood. Locals whispered about cursed ground. I knew better. This was the same pattern that tore through the town 18 years ago. The same thing that took Mom. And now it was back. I was leaning on the Impala outside the gas station when Toby pulled up in his beat-up pickup. Flannel sleeves rolled, grease on his hands like armor. He looked older, harder. But under it all, still my brother. You better not be screwing with me, he said. I handed him the case file. 3 victims. All burned, all hollowed. He scanned the pages. Didn't speak. Then, where? Hallows Orchard. He looked at me, jaw clenched. Didn't we salt and burn that thing? Guess it didn't stay dead. Old Jarek still ran the place. Still smelled like moonshine and old pine. He remembered us. Barely. Called us the orphans of the fire. Said the trees had been screaming at night. Said the fruit turned black before it ripened. Told us something had been moving under the soil. He showed us a tree, blackened from the inside out like it had caught fire without burning. We dug underneath. Found old symbols. Runes scorched into bones. A charm soaked in dried blood. Someone woke it. Someone fed it. Dad had warned us about things like this. Some spirits don't haunt places. They infect them. The Ashwalker wasn't a ghost. It was older. Elemental. It fed on memory and blood, bound to pain soaked into the land. We'd buried it once with salt and fire. Thought it was gone. But rituals fade, and wounds reopen. Toby wanted to go in guns blazing. I told him we'd need more than silver and fire this time. We needed to end the source, the bones, the tether, and we'd need bait, the lure. We returned to the orchard at night. Salt circles, iron stakes, my father's old blade, and the locket Mom wore the night she died. I stood alone in the trees, heart pounding like war drums. Come on, you bastard, I whispered. I remember you. The fog rolled in thick and unnatural. Then came the voice. Her voice. My mother's. Eve, it's okay now. I almost broke, but then I saw it. Thin as smoke, hollow as regret. A shape flickering in and out of the fog, dragging ash behind it. The Ashwalker. Toby lit the salt. The flames roared high. The creature screamed, shaking the trees with a sound like dying stars. I stepped into the circle, clutching the locket. Blood called you. Blood ends you. I drove the blade into the earth. The bones shattered. The charm burned white, and the Ashwalker screamed one final time, then collapsed, turning to soot. It was done. Again. But I knew it wouldn't be the last time. Back at the house, I poured us both a drink. Toby stared at the fire. You think this was just random? I shook my head. Someone fed it? This wasn't just a ghost getting lucky. Someone wants these things back. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said, You still have Dad's map? I nodded. Then we hunt. The journal. I opened our father's journal that night. Inside was a note I hadn't seen before, written in his hand. If the orchard wakes, she's not far behind. Below it, a name, the Lantern Widow. And just like that, I knew this wasn't over, not even close. I once asked my dad what the scariest monster he ever faced was. He didn't say vampires or demons, not even the Ashwalker that nearly killed Mom. He just looked at me with those tired eyes and said, "Some monsters wear faces. The worst ones, they wear light." I didn't understand then. Now I do. It had been 2 days since we torched the Ashwalker in Hallows Orchard. 2 days since I dragged my brother Toby back into the life. And already, the road was calling again. I was flipping through Dad's journal when I found it. A note buried in the margins. Faded, scrawled in a half-panicked hand. "If the orchard wakes, she's not far behind." Beneath it, the Lantern Widow. Toby and I didn't know the name, but we knew the pattern. If Dad thought she was connected to the Ashwalker, she was worth chasing. A cross-reference in an old hunter's network led us to Calhoun County, Montana. A string of disappearances, all women, all last seen near the same patch of woods, each one followed by reports of a glowing light in the trees. The sheriff didn't like us. They rarely do. But she handed over the file when Toby mentioned we were special investigators. 4 women, all between 30 and 50, all married, all gone without a trace. Witnesses said they were seen walking into the woods late at night, alone, voluntarily, just like they were following something, the sheriff said. One said it looked like fireflies. Another said it was a lantern. I looked at Toby. He was already digging through Dad's journal. "She doesn't drag them," he said. "She calls them." We drove out to the forest. Locals call it Willow's Hollow, just before sundown. It was colder than it should have been. Quiet in the wrong way. No birds. No bugs. Just wind moving like it had somewhere to be. At the tree line, we found the shrine. Rocks stacked in threes. Candles long burned down to waxy nubs. Rings, wedding rings, left in the dirt. I knelt down and felt the cold seep into my bones. "She's feeding on grief," I whispered. Toby nodded, and someone's giving her everything she needs. We camped near the trailhead. Salt lines. Holy water. No fire. At 2:19 a.m., the forest lit up. A glow, soft, warm, unnatural, bloomed from the trees. And then we heard it. Crying. Not loud. Just close. A woman's sobs followed by a whisper, "Come home." I looked up and saw her. The widow. She looked human at first. Pale skin, black veil, a long dress that didn't touch the ground. In one hand, she held a lantern, flickering gold and blue flame inside. Her mouth didn't move when she spoke. Her voice was in me. "You lost something. I can give it back." For a moment, I don't even know how, I saw Mom. Her smile, her voice. "Eve, it's time." I almost stepped forward. Toby tackled me back. "Don't listen, Eve. That's not her. It's using her." He broke the circle, threw iron shavings into the air. The widow screamed, face melting into shadow and smoke. Gone. After that, we knew what we were dealing with. An apparitional siren, bound to a ritual object, likely her lantern. And every spirit like that needs an anchor. We scoured the woods for hours, following the path where the light appeared. Eventually, we found a tree. Bent, black, bark split open like a wound. Inside, bones. Wrapped in a wedding dress, clutching a cracked lantern. Toby didn't hesitate. He poured salt, splashed oil, and lit the flame. The bones shrieked. Yeah, that's a thing. And the forest groaned like it was mourning. Then came the widow. Last stand, eyes blazing, mouth full of fire. "You will not take them from me." I stepped forward. "You already took them." And I shattered the lantern with Dad's old blade. She burned from the inside out. No scream this time, just a silence that hit like thunder. Back in town, things felt lighter. That kind of quiet you only get when something terrible's been lifted. Sheriff didn't thank us, just nodded and handed us a 5th name, a woman who vanished 20 years ago. Her ring was at the shrine too. We added her to the list. Toby looked at me over gas station coffee. "You think that was really Mom's voice?" I shook my head. It sounded like her. But it wasn't, and that's the part that scares me. He stared at the map in the back of the Impala. More red strings. more pins, more dead ends, and one more note scratched in my dad's writing. If she wakes, the circle is broken. What's the circle? Toby asked. I didn't answer. Not because I didn't know, because I did, and I wasn't ready to say it out loud. That night, I checked the journal again. A new page had appeared, blank yesterday, filled now. One line in black ink, you're being watched. Below it, a symbol I didn't recognize, 3 rings, intertwined with a cross through the center. Whatever's coming, it already knows we're back. Thanks for sticking around to the end. That was just the beginning of something a hell of a lot bigger than me or Toby. We thought we buried it years ago. But monsters have a nasty habit of crawling back when you're not looking. If you're still with us, stay close. Because in episode 2, we follow a ghost that doesn't haunt houses. She haunts grief. They call her the Lantern Widow, and she's been waiting for someone like me to answer her call. Hit follow, subscribe, whatever keeps you on the trail. Because this road, it only gets darker from here. See you in the next one.